I speak today as an heir of God and a joint heir with Christ. I was known before I was formed on my mother's womb. I lack nothing that the heaven has already provided. I do not beg, I enforce. I do not ask for permission. I walk in dominion. What I bind on this earth, it is also bound in heaven. And what I loose on this earth, it is also loosed in heaven. I operate from a position, not an emotion. I am seated with Christ in authority. I govern my territory in Jesus' mighty name. Good day, family. Welcome to Ozen Ozi Empowerment. Today is our 10 days, as in it's our day 10 in our fasting. Our topic is when God uses silence as direction. Our theme is alignment in quiet seasons. Our every other day scriptures, Jeremiah 1:5, 2 Peter 1:3, Romans 8:17. Those are like our main scriptures that we use every other day. And then, but our today's scriptures. The first one is Psalm 62:1. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation. Then our second scripture is Lamentations 3:31-33. For no one is abandoned by the Lord forever. Though he brings grief, he also shows compassion because of the greatness of his unfailing love. For he does not enjoy hurting people or causing them sorrow. Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though we tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Family, you were known before you were formed on your mother's womb. You were known before you needed instructions on this earth. That is why Jeremiah 1:5 is reminding us that before we were formed on our mother's wombs, God already knew us. So this means that before you faced, let's say, a situation where you needed to do decisions, or before you entered, let's say, a waiting season, for an example, God already knew that you will be there. It's not a surprise to God. So God is not silent because he is confused. He is not silent because he forgot about you. He's not silent because he changed his mind about you. Sometimes God is silent because you are already positioned where he needs you to be. And movement will actually take you out of alignment if you move from where you are. My personal testimony, when silence tested my faith. Family, there was a season where I dreamt like 8 months straight. I was in a university. I remember that point I wanted so much to go to a university. I could not go to a university after grade 12 because my mother was not working, and my stepmother told us that we will not go to university because of that. So this time around, I so wanted to go to university. And for some odd reason, after getting my second baby, from something like 8 months actually that year, I dreamt I was in a university. And this dream was like a recurring dream, but the difference was that every day I was seeing like something new, like in this place I'm in. And I knew that I was going to be at school. I remember then I went to this university. When I got there, they rejected me. Then I went back home. After going back home, the lady I went to in Bloemfontein asked me, are you going to go back like home? Because there's a high possibility that when you come back, you're not even going to get like a place to stay. You know how it is, especially if you're a university student. Then I said to her, my daughter is like 10 months at that point because my baby was still small. I said, my baby is like 10 months old and I'm definitely going home. I'm not going to sit here. God has already decided on this matter. So I'm not just going to sit and wait for these people. What I can tell you, guys, is that I came back. When I came back, the same university that rejected me, I got a place to stay, address there. And currently, I hold a qualification in that same university that rejected me. I remember in that season, my only scripture was, God is not a man that he would lie, which is Numbers 23:19. Has he ever promised and never delivered? I remember as in, I will meditate on that scripture. That is the only thing I did. As in, there was no dream or anything anymore. So the only thing now I needed to hold on to was that God has already promised, and I know that he's going to deliver. There's no way that he will not deliver. As I'm saying today, I hold a qualification in the same university that rejected me. So silence did not cancel the promise, and rejection did not change the promise still, and did not change the outcome that I already saw in dreams. So waiting did not mean denial. So waiting does not mean lack of provision. 2 Peter 1:3 tells us that his divine power has given us everything for life and godliness. That means that even in your seasons where there is nothing happening, it does not mean that God has stopped supplying. There is something he's teaching you in that season. He's not withholding supply. It's just that you need to refocus your focus, and not look on what you want as a person, but look at what the season is teaching you. So provision is not only about money. Provision is also about protection. Provision is also about restraint. And sometimes what God provides most in seasons is grace not to move too early. So silence builds trust, not confusion. Psalm 62:1 says, "Truly my soul waits in silence for God. From him comes my salvation." So waiting is not passive. Waiting is disciplined trust. So silence teaches us to stop forcing answers and start resting in what God has already said, which is what I needed to do in the season I was in, and luckily I did. So if God promised it, he does not need to repeat himself in every other season now. The only thing you need to know is that he's not a man that he should lie. So heirs must learn to wait well. Romans 8:17 is reminding us that we are heirs. And as heirs, we are joint heirs with Christ. So heirs are not driven by anxiety. They are guided by assurance. They know what belongs to the Father, and they know that the Father will give it to them, because he has not even held even his own son. He's given us everything that pertains to life. So delay cannot steal, let's say, your blessings. So there's no use of you, let's say, rushing doors or manufacturing timing. There's no use of you pressuring God on things. The only thing you need to do is just to trust the process. So God is working even when you can't see it. That is why Lamentations 3:31-33 tells us that, "For the Lord will not cast you off forever." Then it continues, "Though he causes grief, yet he will show compassion." Habakkuk 2:3 says the vision is for the appointed time. Though it tarries, wait for it. Silence does not mean that God stopped working. We are limited as people. We are limited by what we see. And most of the time, we don't want to agree, or we don't want to admit that life is spirit at the end of the day. Life is spiritual. It's not what we see on this realm only. So it means the work is happening beyond what we can see or what we can control. And some processes cannot be rushed without being damaged. That is why God will protect his promise by protecting the timing. So today's shift is very important. You stopped interpreting silence as abandonment from God. You stop forcing decisions out of fear, and you stop moving just to feel productive. You rest in what God has already spoken within your life, because God is speaking in every other seasons in our life. You trust the timing of what He has promised, and you stay positioned until He releases the next instruction. Because sometimes staying still is still the highest form of obedience that you can think about. So in closing, family, silence is not God stepping away. Silence is God teaching you to trust what He already said, which is what I needed to do. And luckily, I believe my spirit knew, because that's exactly what I did. You were known before you were formed in your mother's womb. You are fully supplied for every season in your life. You are an heir. So your inheritance is not threatened by waiting. So if God is quiet, don't panic. Stay aligned. So today, family, let's engage. This is our first 10 days of our fast. So what has God has been saying to you? Because in my case, He has taught me to stop procrastinating. I was a big procrastinator. He taught me to make a decision and stop being a perfectionist. Finish something, then that's it. Because that is why you will see, let's say in some of the videos, my 2-year-old will be making noise. I won't re-record them because in reality I don't have time. I have a course I'm doing on the side, and there's my mother on this side, and there's a lot of things that are happening. And the last time I did a 21 days fast was April 2025. So you can imagine every day. That's why I'm asking God for strength, and I'm breastfeeding at the same time. So I make sure that like in my 12 hours I don't eat, because I am trusting God, like obviously as I said, for this. And already I've seen it. God has been answering me. So I'm staying like faithful because of that. Not because of that only, but because of I want more than that. So let's engage, family. So till tomorrow, family, comment, subscribe, like, and please share. We are learning not to just hear God, but to wait for Him without drifting. We are building kingdom heirs, people who know their authority. Thank you, family.